Hi kids. Okay, I'm shooting this on a Friday, just in case I don't get any time to, shoot longer bits of footage. So I don't want to leave you with a really weedy explanation like I did last week. But as you can see behind me, it's all go in the kitchen of creation, right? I have realized that I have got a maximum of 3 weeks. 3 weeks to finish this guy, and that also means painting and everything else, assembly. So I have done a heck of a lot of work. I have started priming. I'm not even sure if I told you this last week. I've started doing a bit more filling and priming on these. I wanted to see if primer, this terracotta color is a plastic primer paint. And it's still not very good. As you can see, it's not sticking to the bits that have been sanded. So I'm going to give all this a good sand over again with the Minnie Mouse, and then I'm going to give it some of the diluted, watered down PVA sealant. So those are those. I've also made 6 of these little cylinders, which are going to pop on top. Again, these need sanding all the way around, fitting on, gluing on to there. I've also cut out, they're upstairs so I can't show you the detailed pieces on top. They've all got to go on, they've all got to get sanded, primed and glued. And these are the 3 extra legs that go in between the main parts of the Y. So there's my main Y. Okay, and these are the bits I'm currently got. So they've all been assembled, and now I'm doing a heck of a lot of cutting and fiddling with what looks like the most awkward piece to go, which is, as you can see here, as this piece, this holder piece, goes down to the point of the Y, obviously there's a triangle there, but that triangle folds in at about 45 degrees. So there's my piece, which I've marked out, and I've scored a channel out the back at a weird angle. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can just about see it, so that it will fold about 45 degrees. Now, way over there, I've got my laptop holding one against the wall in this position, and over here, next to the microwave, is another one being sandwiched between my cooker and my microwave. Adam Savage doesn't have this problem. Just to get them glued in this position. I'm going to do that with this one too. And these need to be fitted, once I calculate the right distance, which I have done with this, on the front of each one, like that. So then, can you see that? Yeah. So basically that gets glued on, all fitted there. That is folded in like that. And then, hope you can see this. Let's see if I can, I don't know if I can get this up on the table, but we'll try. There you go, maybe a bit dark. Anyway, so once this is connected to this, it goes onto there like that, and same for the other 2. So we've got this angled piece that goes in there. Yeah. Very, very fiddly, very, very annoying, because I've still got to make sure that these are the same distance from the center as these 3. You see what I mean? And I've got to do this 3 times. Once I've done that, I need to assemble the spiky legs, the pivotable legs. I have to assemble the bits that we're going to pivot. That's all these chaps in the middle, and work out a way to pivot them. I'm going to put a piece of pipe or dowel through the middle, so they can either fold up, or maybe I don't really want to glue them in position because it'll make the thing so big. I think I might make it so that we can take these spindly legs off the main frame, which will make life easier to transport it to London in April. How I'm getting it to London in April? I don't know. So if anyone out there is going to Star Wars Celebration and can fit a large machine and is willing to take it to London for me, please get in touch, because I'm happy to pay your petrol, which will help, help you in the long run afford the cost. And all you've got to do is get to London near the venue as possible, or near Mr. C's hotel as possible, wherever that is, we don't know yet. And then we'll, you can just hand it to him and jobs are good. Other than that, I've got to arrange a road trip somehow. If I sound confident, that's because I'm a good actor. I am not confident, but like everything I do, I've trusted myself throughout life to do a job that is okay. I don't chase perfection anymore, because I'm clearly not one of those people who do things perfectly, but they do look okay by most people's standards. So we're going to forge ahead today, today being Friday. So the next bit of footage will be filmed on a Saturday.
Good morning, how are you? Well, today it's time to stop talking in a stupid voice. As you can see, I've got my Chevrolet Heart of America jacket on, which I absolutely hate. This was bought for the movie on eBay. Thought it was going to be like an MA1. It was described as an MA1. It's got holes in the pockets. It's a very thin promotional piece of rubbish. So now this has become my designated sanding coat. It's because it's a satiny type thing. Most of the dust falls off it, which is handy, so I'll use it for that. I have been working on, since you saw me last, basically getting the weird angly bit I was making. And I'm putting, as you can currently see, I'm putting some square tabs on so they will fit better into this area here once it's time to assemble them. So I've got to crack on with that, but first I'm going to do as much sanding as I can out there. Hope to get all those 12 pieces done before my fingers get frostbite, and I should be back once I've done that. Okay, so a lot of sanding later. I've sanded the bottoms and the tops of these block parts and attached them. So they're all sanded, ready for a bit of sealing, and then oh no, I've got to put the detail bit on the end, which I will do. So as you can see, they're all done over there, sitting on the side. I'm more happier with the finish now, so hopefully with the paint they'll be fine. The way I glued these onto the top is, I don't know if you can even see in there. Let's turn the camera around to get some light in. You can just see a square block at the top there. That's a rod that goes from here to here. Because if I just glued that on there, if it got knocked, it might come off. But at least at this point, even if all this fails around here, that square rod that goes from top to bottom should hold it on a little bit more. And at least even if it's hanging on by a thread, it'll be a little bit better. So the centerpiece, well, the first of the three in-betweeny pieces is almost ready to go. Put a little bit of filler both sides there. And you can see I've got the tabs, the square tabs, and I've also cut holes, I don't know if you can see that, into the Y shape. So that's going to slide in there like, oh, look at that, first time. So that goes in there, and then there's another two to do. But I won't glue this in position yet. I'm going to wait until I've done all three. The other two are down here. I'm going to make sure I've got all three ready to go first. Again, this is probably going to be a long video, but again, at least there's plenty of progress. I might shoot a little bit later on if I get a bit more progress done, and I shoot a little bit more on Sunday and then upload, and you'll be watching this on Tuesday, so apologies if it's super long. Anyway, next video.
So, Sunday morning. You know that's a lie. It's Sunday afternoon. It's about 1:30. I got out of bed at 11, which was good for me. So where are we at this weekend? Right, well, all of these are done, by which I mean cylinders connected to the boxes, the detail bits on the end, it's all sort of hand cut. Now, before you say that is not an imperial cog, it's not meant to be. There's an imperial cog, 6 points, 5. It's not, I thought they would have missed I thought they missed the trick and would have put an imperial cog on the end, but they didn't. They put 5, just so you know. Okay, so all these are done. With a couple of them, I've already stuck them to their square bases. And the square bases are going to go, as I said, onto the, remember the swivelly legs? Like that. Like that. Yeah, so they're going to go onto there. ×6. And I think once these are all together, I do want to score some detail onto the sides of these that they're missing. And then I'm going to give all these a solid coating of watered down PVA. I can't avoid it any longer. I don't like messing with PVA, but it's got to be done. Otherwise it won't take paint very well. The thing about foam is it is essentially sponge, it's porous, and they do say if you're mixing that, the ratio is 4 parts water to 1 part PVA. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Anyway, I'm hoping that the amount of progress that I've done, and I am working my butt off to get this done throughout the week as well, doing an hour here, an hour there every night, just to move forward with it, will buy me enough time to spend over a week on, sealing and painting it. Thank goodness it's an easy paint job. It's basically grey, with a little bit of black and a little bit of silver, but generally it's all grey, which is nice. I want to spend a week to get that done to the best of my ability, but I'm hoping that everything you've seen this weekend makes up for last week's really horrible 4-minute video or whatever, where I was just going, I didn't do much this week. I'm too busy. But that's generally where we're at. I'm rambling again. That's all for me for this week. No show and tell, but it's basically showing you stuff. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. See you next time. Take care now. Bye bye.